Well, hello, my favorite YouTube peeps. It's Nathan here, your fit, cool, awesome, I don't know what you call me, robot vacuum concierge service something. But anyways, today we got a cool new robot vacuum. This is the Mova L or Z500. I got mixed up for a second. Yes, this is the Z500. They also came out with the L600, which I put a video down below. But the Z500 has a couple tricks up its sleeve that's a little bit different from its bigger brother, the L600. But let's go and talk about it. Alright, so the first thing I like to do is grab this docking station, grab its fancy power cable, plug it in and see what this guy does. Well, right away this guy booted up and it was ready to pair up with my smartphone. So yes, I did grab my smartphone. I actually did two of them. I know it's craziness. I got the Android device, I got the iPhone. I tried it out with both devices and it worked really well. The pairing process was all automatic, which surprised me. Usually you have to hold down two buttons to get started, but you didn't have to do that with this robot vacuum. So good job with the pairing process, super simple. If you can microwave popcorn, you can get this guy set up. Alright, so the next thing we're going to talk about is the navigation. That's probably one of the most important things, is if this robot vacuum can't navigate, well, you might as well just do the job yourself. Okay, so navigation is really top notch. It just did a back and forth clean pattern, kind of like how you would navigate. So if you can do a back and forth clean pattern, that's the same pattern that this guy does. And once it's done, unlike what I would do is just call it a day, this guy would actually go around the edges with this little side sweeper here and grab all the dirt and debris from the baseboards. So yes, no dirt and debris left behind. It did a pretty good job getting most of the areas. Okay, you're probably wondering how in the world did it navigate so well? Well, it uses a panoramic camera system right here. You may notice this kind of like domey thing. No, it's not Lidar, it's actually a camera-based system. So the benefit of having a camera-based system, it's more durable, no mechanical parts to break on you. It's all just pretty rock solid. Okay, so this design is pretty simple. You do have a home button, you also have a power button, so you can turn off the robot vacuum when you like. Also, you can start the robot vacuum right here, so you don't necessarily have to use the app if you don't want to. Now, one feature I didn't know is if you hold down the home button for about a few seconds, it actually does go into a spot clean function. So very nice. Alright, let's go and open up this flappy lid here, and you guys can see inside the robot. This is where all the dust and debris lives once this guy picks it up. Can you guys see that right there? Yes, this is a fairly large dustbin. I believe it's 480 milliliters. Don't quote me on that. Just from eyeing it. But you can see this dustbin here. One thing I do like is the large opening. So yes, you can take your stick vacuum tool, put it in there, suck all that remaining dirt and debris. Makes it really easy to clean out the dustbin. Also, you can wash out the dustbin as well. So once you get all washed out, just wait 24 hours and it should be good to go. Okay, so what is this little doodad? Well, this is the nice clean tool. No, it's not for your pets or for your hair. Actually, I do my hair. You can see how much hair I have left. I know. But you can actually use this cutting tool for the extractor bar, clean out the remaining hair of the extractor bar. Very nice. It's a handy little tool. And it just slots right here so you don't happen to lose it or if the vacuum accidentally sucks it up. Well, there's a saying, kill two birds with one stone. Yes, we're going to do something a little different. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set up the mopping system. But also, we're going to check out how well it cleans. We're going to put about 3 ounces of rice down on my hardwood floors. But let's go and check out the dry way of the dustbin here. And you may notice I have used this robot vacuum. There's a lot of dirt and debris. So the filter's been used a little bit. And we're going to turn on my scale here. Guess the on button works. And let this guy calibrate. And just take my word for it, 6.565 ounces with the dry weight of this dustbin with some dirt and debris in it. Okay, so make sure you guys remember that number. We'll go ahead and get this set up. You guys have a mopping system. Yes, this thing can mop and vacuum at the same time. So yes, it's a 2-in-1 robot vacuum. So if you're like, man, I don't have to mop, well, this thing can cover it. But one trick I like to do is pre-wet the mopping pad here. So even though this is electronically controlled mopping system, to help with the water flow, pre-wet the mopping pad, you should be good to go. And you have 3 different water levels. You may notice that there's some instructions right here, very nice. So it does tell you not to put any chemicals in because you can damage the hoses that you can see in here. So don't do that or you may have some issues. Okay, so let's talk about what I like about the Mova Z500 and some things I don't. What I like about it is the design. It's a really nice minimalistic design. I really like the slate profile. I believe it's about 3.2 inches high. Also has decent suction, around 3,000 pascals. And lastly, it has a very long battery life, around 150 minutes. I know all of you are falling asleep now, but I had to cover over the specs. Okay, so some things I did like about it is sometimes it's a little aggressive, especially around like clear objects or objects you couldn't see. So it has to use its physical bumper. So that's just something to remember, is there's no front fancy technology up front to detect obstacles. You do have to rely on these infrared sensors. And that's just a downside to infrared sensors, is sometimes these reflective objects or clear objects, it won't be able to see those. Also, there's no way to block off areas except for physically bounding off the areas. So you may be able to get some magnetic tape strips. Let's go ahead and flip this guy around. You guys ready? And check it out, guys. Nothing too crazy. You probably all seen robot vacuums here, but they have the front wheel caster. You got these little doodads called cliff sensors. So basically, this guy doesn't take a nice trip down your stairs. Also, you got your charging contacts and your single side brush with 3 arms. Some people say they prefer bristle designs because they tend to last longer. I haven't had any issues with both designs, but I really like that this is a bristle design, so it works well. I think silicone brushes do well as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the extractor bar here. This is probably the most important feature because it helps grab the dirt and debris. So this is your combination style. So you got bristles, you got your silicone, and it does a good job. Now one thing is they do tend to wrap hair around, so take that cleaning tool, cut the hair off. Also, you can remove the ends here to get the hair off as well. So very nice. We're going to go ahead and put this aside. Hopefully I don't forget to put this back in once I actually run this guy. All right, let's go and flip this guy back over. And let's go ahead and check out the app real quick, and then we'll wrap up this video. Basically, I did test this with both an Android device and iPhone, and I felt like the Mova Z500 is a pretty good robot vacuum. It has a lot of features. So launch the Mi Home app, and you can see right now it's a blank home screen, but as you run this guy, you'll be able to see that it creates a map in real time. So very nice. I ran this in my 2,000 square foot home. I omitted the bedrooms, which my home is, I guess, 2,600 square feet, and it was able to cover this area in about an hour and a half. You notice how the cleaning pattern is? There's like a back and forth cleaning pattern. Then it fills in that cleaning pattern with a perimeter sweep. All right, so down below is the 2 toggles. You could tell the robot vacuum to return to home. Also, you could tell it to clean. And if you do a clean job, it will tell you the cleaning area and also the time it's taking to clean that area. And off to the right, there's your battery indicator. Hopefully down the road, they can provide a percentage because I would like to see exactly how much battery life I have. All right, let's go ahead and click on the 3 dots here. I'm going to just go over the main core features. There's a lot of features to go over, but that would probably take me hours and hours. So I'll just go over the highlighted features. One thing this thing does have is carpet boost. So if you want to extend the battery life, like say you have a mixture of hardwood floors and carpet, well, enable that feature. And there's a fancy sensor in the robot which will detect fluffy things, aka carpets, and boost up the suction up to 3,000 pascals. Cool little feature. Also, you do have to resume to clean. So once the battery runs low, it goes back to this little doodad, the docking station, charge up for a few hours, and to then return exactly where it left off. So I like those 2 features, and I like that they include that in this model here. All right, let's go and jump back into here. Now you do have mode settings and device settings, which I just talked about, but basically mode settings is your quick toggles to change the water flow and also the power levels. And like I said, you get up to 3,000 pascals. I felt like this guy is fairly quiet. It won't wake up the pooch, won't wake up your kids or you. So you can run this guy at night without disturbing people. Okay, let's go and check out this schedule cleanup. So basically, this is your typical scheduling where you can tell the robot vacuum to clean in the morning, afternoon. Maybe you're away from work, you can have this guy go clean. One thing to note is I like the fact you can change the water levels. So yes, you can have this guy mop at a certain time and choose the water level you want. Also, you can do power levels as well. So very nice. I like this scheduling feature. Has a lot of good stuff inside the scheduling app. All right, let's go and jump back into here. So yes, you have some additional things like you can keep track of when you need to change the filters, the extractor bar, and also the side brush. It's highly recommended to do that just because if you let these guys go prolong over time, it could damage the robot vacuum. So 3 to 6 months, depending on how often you use it, replace those guys. Also, you can check out Mova's website, which I put down below, and they do sell their accessories. Okay, everything else is very similar. You got firmware update. This does work with the voice assistants, and the more settings is just basically like your legal information, security settings, and some other additional information about firmware. So very nice. So this is a pretty simple interface, works well. Had no issues with it, and you may notice this dirt and debris here. Well, I guess this guy definitely gets dirty easily. I don't know, I'm just constantly wiping this thing off. Alright, so let's go and give you my final thoughts. Well, I really like the Mova Z500. It's a pretty good robot vacuum. Now, if you're looking for something with more features, check out the L600. They have the Lidar navigation, but this guy has everything you probably want. Take this as a secondary robot vacuum. Take this as a first robot vacuum. It should be a good performer. So it just works, it cleans, so no gripes about it. Now, I think the biggest downside is probably there's no way to tell the robot vacuum to stay out of a certain area. There's no keep out zones or no magnetic strips, so you may be able to buy some or just block off the areas. That's just something to consider with this guy. But, you know, from my personal experience, I just use this in the basement. It just cleans what it needs to do. Alright, so thanks so much for watching me ramble on. You guys are awesome, and if you do like this video, just hit this like button right here. It really does help out the video and the channel, and I'll bring more products down the road once I get them. So have a great rest of the day. I'll see you guys next time. Be safe out there, and see you later.